Politics collided with red tide today in Venice, where Governor Rick Scott came face to face with protesters who say he isn't doing enough to fix the ongoing algae problem. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from Venice. And Rebecca, what can you tell us about all that happened today?
Jacqueline, Governor Rick Scott was here for his campaign for U.S. Senate, but his appearance only lasted a few minutes because residents concerned about red tide made sure their voices were heard.
Red tide, Rick has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
That was what protesters were chanting as they waited for Governor Rick Scott to get to Mojo Cuban restaurant on US 41 in Venice.
You know, this is our paradise. I don't know where he's living, up wherever. You know, it's just, we need answers and we need someone to help us.
They held signs up saying things like, no one should get sick from a day at the beach, and even a baby in a stroller had a sign asking when she'd be able to swim in the Gulf of Mexico. Many of these residents say Governor Rick Scott is to blame for this year's conditions because he failed to put regulations on pollution.
Water you can't live in and the air you can't breathe in. So what are we living in? Is everyone going to leave Florida?
And the deadly tide is claiming more than just marine life, but untold dollars in lost tourism and businesses struggling to keep afloat.
We have all these protesters and all these issues about red tide, and I wanted it straight from him. This is a big problem, and I don't feel like it's important to throw daggers, but it's more important to actually hear what he has to say and how he's going to solve this problem.
But many supporters like Amy that were there to listen to the governor didn't have a chance. Protest chants from outside drowned out Governor Scott, and he cut short his appearance before leaving the restaurant through a back door.
I think he avoids every kind of protest and every kind of citizen activity that there could possibly be.
Governor Scott will continue his Florida tour throughout the next 9 days, so some of these supporters tell me they hope they'll hear what he has to say about red tide at one of these next stops. Live in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right, thank you, Rebecca.